What is up, guys? It's me, boy KWS, and we are back again with another video, and this might be my most important Tekken 8 video to date. Bars. So I get a lot of questions about Tekken 8, about Tekken in general. How do I deal with this? How do I deal with this? This is annoying me, etc, etc. And sometimes I get very general questions that like, oh man, I'm struggling against Hwoarang, what do I do, etc, etc. And I understand, but I think people need to get better at asking questions, because very often I get asked a very general question in which I cannot answer in the span of, a very quick, comment, etc, etc. So I've figured there's one thing I could do to help out everyone in this moment right now. Again, you guys know my philosophy. If you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, he becomes Tekken God Prime. So with this in mind, I'm going to give you guys the ultimate fishing tool, and that is the replays and tips in Tekken 8. It might be the greatest fighting game feature of all time. I know it was in Guilty Gear or something at some point. Someone said that once. But at this moment in time, of all the most recent fighting games, your Tekkens, your Mortal Kombat, your Street Fighter, I think this right here might be the greatest feature in a fighting game right now. And it is absolutely amazing. And what I'm going to do here is hopefully teach you guys how to use the replays and tips to better your gameplay. Because again, I get asked how to deal with etc, etc, etc. And I think I want to be able to teach you guys how to answer those questions yourself, rather than having to go to an outside source and ask this and this guy, etc, etc. So here we go. Hopefully I can, and I'm gonna pick a random. So I picked me versus Jun. These are all random, by the way. I just literally selected. So here's the thing, you have my replays and tips, which are here, right? Like these are all my replays, but I'm in online replays right now because I couldn't find any me versus Jun in that section. So I've gone to online replays, and what I did, I opened the menu, I search for ranked match, Hwoarang Jun. I didn't realize you could do this, by the way. While I was making this, setting this up for this video, is how I found out you can literally select the character you want to see and the opponent character they're playing against. Like I did not even know that. Like that is crazy. So I'm gonna pick a random match here. Like there's a lot going on. I'm gonna pick me versus, actually no, let me pick one where I lose, actually. Okay, so I lost this one. We're gonna pick one where I lose. And I picked the left side because that is the side that I was playing on. And hopefully that comes into action later. You'll see why I did that. Now, the first thing I want to do is admire my custom there. A lot of you guys aren't messing with the punk preset. And I gotta say, I'm a bit upset by that. But first and foremost, you can pause it at any moment, right? At any moment, it can be paused. Oh, see, it's already giving us a tip there. You can press triangle, or whatever that is on Xbox, or whatever you set to keyboard, etc, etc. You press triangle, you press 2, and it brings, you can pick which round you want to go to in case there's something specific you want to go back to. You can do L1 or R1 to go to the previous round, so R1 to go to the next round, L1 to go into the previous round. So I press L1, it's putting right at the back at the beginning. R1 takes me to the next round. We're going to go back to the beginning. L2 and R2 will take you to the next available tip that the game can give you. So if I press L2, there isn't one before. If I press R2, so I'm gonna go back to the beginning. I press R2, takes me back to this tip. And then you press circle to pause or play. So you press circle once to pause, circle again to play. Obviously, this is very basic. It's all there at the bottom, but I've learned from doing some of these videos that people do not read, because I've given people tips before on how to do things, and the stuff will be on the screen, and they still ask me how to do this. So I'm just getting this out of the way for now. Yeah, start brings up the menu, etc. Go through whatever, you can see, you see all this there. And then the most amazing thing of the my replays and tips, the most wonderful thing of the my replays, the most incredible thing of the my replays and tips is if you press L3 for 10 seconds, I can control Hwoarang. I can literally go back and play myself, see what happens, I can literally play myself. Like literally right there. So what happens is, just so I can demonstrate for you guys. So I'll go back to the replay. So I press L3, is you do R3 for P2. So if I do R3 instead, I've now switched to Jun, right? And then on PlayStation, you press the touchpad and X if you want to go back. But you press the touchpad and circle to go back to the replay. So, sorry, touchpad and X takes you back to the moment you have taken control, and touchpad and circle takes you back to the replay in itself. You can play and pause and go from there. Now, just to explain the takeover for a second, what happens is you press, so I'll do it as if I'm doing it in this match for real. So I press L3, I enable the controls, and while I'm not doing anything, the game plays out. So my hands are off, the game plays out as if it is normal, right? The moment I push a button, I have now taken control. You know, I've now taken control. I control the scenario now the moment I push a button, right? And it can be literally at any point. So I push a button now. Now I'm up. I'm in control. Push a button now. I've broken the throw, right? So from the moment you push a button, and you can see by the little joypad next to Hwaring there, that you are now in control because it lights up with the color. So that's how you know you've taken control. I can do whatever. I can break the throws. Well, I can't break that throw. I can break the throws because I've taken control. So the moment you push a button, you make an input, the game now registers you taking control, and you go from there. Now, I should have done this before, but I'm going to do it now. So here's all of this stuff here that is available in the pause menu. I should have gone through it first, and I apologize for that. So you can see the command history for the player and the opponent. That is the buttons you see on either side. So the opponent's side is on the right, your side is on the left. The HUD, you can turn on and off, which I don't know why you ever would, to be honest. I might do it for like a thumbnail reasons. I don't know. The player attack info. So you literally can see what is being shown and what is being taken away when I hide and display everything, right? So I recommend having everything on when you're watching back a replay, just so you can find out the information. But it's literally up to you. One thing I actually recommend if you're a bit new, and maybe you're just getting into it and you're just understanding this, is I would recommend the main thing having on, you can have everything off if you want. The main thing having on is the frame info, and have it on show frame advantage, right? So what that does here is you can see up there, right there, big and bold, what the situation is on plus and on block on both sides. That is like the minimum I recommend having on. So if you want to have a clear screen for some reason, I don't know why you would, but if you want to have a clear screen, the number one thing I recommend leaving on is this, because I think the fact that you're able to see the frames in real time, know exactly what's happening at every moment, I think this is so important, and it really helps with learning matchups. Because I get asked all the time, man, I feel like, you know, there's no gap for me to push a button and I don't know what to do. You go into the frame, you go into your replays and tips, you watch that match back, you turn on this, you'll be able to see where the gaps are, you know. And then again, but I recommend that's what I recommend doing at the very least. Me personally, I like to have everything on as detailed as possible, but that could be a bit overwhelming for someone who's new. So I recommend, this is like the very least I recommend, is having the frames on, and you can also have that at the bottom there too. Like, I feel like it can be a lot, you know, to keep focusing on. You don't know where to look. So I feel like, you know, if you're just getting started, main thing, have the frame information on show frame advantage, and it pops up like this, nice and easy to see. So for the purposes of the video, I'm just going to keep it like this, but I just want you to know, so when I actually am looking through my replays, this is how I have everything on. But I do understand if you want to simplify it. So the purpose of the video, I will do it like this, just so you can have an example of what it might look like for you. So that is all the stuff that can be shown on screen. And then down here, you have these four as well: recommended punishment techniques, recommended sample combo, high moves you can duck under, and throw commands. So what happens with these is what you saw earlier. So if I have this display while pause throw commands, what happens is that will pop up, show me I can break this throw with 2, and obviously it pauses, so I press circle to let it play again from there, and then okay, I can break that throw with 2. And if I even wanted to, I can literally enable the controls and try and, oh, I didn't push the button beforehand, my bad, and then break the throw, right? If I wanted to get my practice in very early. And the same goes for everything else. So if there's a high move you can duck under, it's going to show up and show you can duck it. Recommend punish technique shows you if something's unsafe, then you can punish it. And you have two options you can really do. One, you can have display while paused, which shows up like this. Everything pauses, lets you know, okay, there's a throw I could have broken. Or you can have display without pausing, which will then, as it says on the tin, show you, but it will keep everything going as to not interrupt the flow if that's what you prefer. Again, you can choose whichever way you want to do it. I like to have display while pause just so I can literally take a moment to stop and see, so I don't have to go back. I like to have display while pause, but it's up to you how you want to do it. Now, what I hope to do in this video is sort of go over, because obviously I lost this game, right? And I want to try and find out why I lost, see where I went wrong, right? Also, this game happened quite a while ago, so I don't remember what happened. So I'm just gonna go through this replay and sort of see where I can go better, where I can improve. I mean, here's already a first example, right, of somewhere I could improve. So you take a look at this situation here. Again, I do not know the Jun matchup right now. I very much struggle against this character, which is why I picked the character in the replay. So you see the situation here. I believe that's Jun's back 2-2, as I can see by the input above me. This is actually -9. It's my turn right now, but because I'm not familiar with the character, I think she does have a follow-up string. I think she can do a high off this as well. Actually, I can actually let me try and find out if she has a high off this as well. So the back 2-2. From what it looks like, there is no follow-up after the back 2-2. So it's just a safe mid string here. It's just a safe mid string, but it is -9 on block and +3 on hit from what we can see, right? And again, this is why I like to have the detailed example on as well, because you see here, you can actually see, you turn it on, you can actually see how fast it comes out. So I see it is I14, right? Which means it comes out in 14 frames. It's a 14 frame mid poke from what I can see here. No high follow-up. So again, we've already seen, we can say, an error on my behalf, because it is -9. It's my turn, but I sit there and take the throw because I was unaware, right? In this kind of situation, I could just take frame advantage. You know, I can pretty much do anything, because -9 at Tekken 8 is pretty much your turn is over. You cannot do anything except just block the next mix-up, right? Generally, that is a rule in Tekken. So it was my turn to really do whatever I wanted at this point, right? You know, I could have got a count hit, you know, if I played it good, because he did a throw. You know, the frames did not support whatever he was going to do there because he was -9. But again, that came down to me not knowing the matchup. So we'll just return to the replay now and just go through some moments. Again, we knew that as a throw I could have broken. I did not. So woke up here. Nice block. And listen, this punish for Jun is absolutely, like, it's absolutely insane. Okay, it's absolutely insane. Why is what I want to know. Okay, it's insane. I'm gonna have some moments to complain about Jun because I feel like I deserve that. But again, so we're just gonna keep going here, because again, I've not properly labbed this character yet. So I see this is plus, now this is +6. This is a move that I get annoyed by quite a bit. You know, +6 mid heat engager, and I'm sure it must have some tracking. It must have some weak tracking to one side. So what I could do right now is, at the moment, I know he's gonna do it. So again, I did the skyrocket. I've taken control now. I did the skyrocket and he did the move. So we're gonna go back to the skyrocket situation. Oh, sorry, I did right flamingo back 3. Sorry. So we're gonna go back to that situation and just sidewalk. Right? I ducked there by accident. And what we see from this move does not have the best tracking. Now, obviously, we're in the replays here, so I know literally exactly when it's gonna come out. So I'm preemptively sidewalking. But it is something to know for the future, right? It is something to know for the future. You know, if you are in a situation where a gym player is doing this move over and over again, don't know what to do, know that sidewalk is an option, and then get your full punish on it. But again, obviously, this is a bit of a, what do you call it? It's a bit of a small situation. We know exactly what's going to happen. So obviously, I'm going to be prepared to sidewalk it. But again, it's good to know that and then take that into your next game against Jun. If you do run into a gym player abusing that over and over again, what do? You know, sidewalk is now an option, and you just have to try and find your gap. So back to the replay there. But this was future me looking back at this. In the past, I had to block it, went for a power crush, which isn't a bad option. I was expecting to take his frames there. I wanted to interrupt. See that there, -12. I had no idea. I had no idea. What's that? While standing, is that while standing 2-1? Yeah, while standing 2-1. -12. I could have punished. Good to know there. Got to throw in the power crush. Now she won the round. I don't need. Looks like I don't need the replays, man. I'm already winning. Now does the first hit back 2 there. That time I was going in for a challenge, keeping it safe. She went for a parry there, and I just went for a bit of a loop-de-loop there. Counter hit. Oh, what a combo! Oh, what a combo! Wow, that was sick. This guy's good. Oh, I actually learned something there. We actually need to go back. So we go to the end of this round. This is something I'm actually learning for the first time, right? I didn't know this. So one thing about Tekken 8 is power crushes. If you absorb a hit in a power crush, but they still block, the power crush is safe. And what's interesting, because this move normally is -12. The second it's -12, if he finishes it, it's actually -6 now. Again, the frame advantage might be confusing because they're on the wrong side, but remember, Hwaring is P1, Jin is P2. It's actually -6 on block. I thought it was -9. I thought universally power crushes were -9 when they block them. It's actually -6 with all this pushback, which pretty much resets the situation to neutral, which is quite interesting. Anyway, took the round with some jabs. So low there, +2 on hit actually, which is that's a pretty good low poke actually. This is something Jin players do a lot. So that's that 1-2, so 1-2 string, which is minus. So this is interesting, right? And this is how frame data evolves with stances. So you see 1-2 by itself normally is -3. But because he did it into sidestep, I think that's the stance that she has. I'm not too sure. I think it might be like Nina's stutter stance. So 1-2 sidestep is +1 actually instead of -3. It's a knockdown into a guaranteed follow-up. So here, now speaking, so I know that first forward 2 is guaranteed. So I know this was guaranteed. But this follow-up probably wasn't. So what I can do at this point is just follow the replay and see how I should have woken up here. I could have tech rolled and woken up. So press 1 or 4 to tech roll, 1 to tech roll to the left, 4 to tech roll to the right, get up, and I wouldn't have to take that follow-up hit there. Can I also back roll as well? I cannot back roll, and that is why I got hit. Good to know. Now I'm just getting pressured there. See there, that's something there, you see. So there, that's +3. What's that, forward 4? So forward 4 +3 on block. I wasn't aware, so I tried to jab there. He got counter hit. That's 1-2-2 into stance mid -9. So you see, I thought it might have been unsafe, so I tried to punish. But let's see if there's anything I can do in this situation, right? So the 1-2-2, I know you can duck it on block. I don't know if you can duck it on hit. So no, actually, it's all guaranteed on hit. So it is a 10 frame punish. The 1-2-2 there. But then there's the follow-up situation, right? Where this mid, is it homing? Yeah, that's a homing mid there. That's a homing mid. So is there anything we can do from this situation? Do we just have to block? I could have parried. I know she has other options out of this, but it's just good to know what to do against this specific option if I read it and I know it's coming. So I can parry, but it is homing. I didn't have the health to power crush, and I don't know if I would have survived or not. But I could not have power crushed. There's a situation I could have parried though. Could I interrupt? No, that is a complete frame trap there in that situation, so I could not have interrupted. My only option to stay alive, besides blocking, was a parry, but it was a situation I just did have to take. Again, when you block this move anyway, as you can see, it is +9. It is -9 on her, so +9 for you. So you just do take your frames from there, which my bot isn't doing because I was in control. You're going to take your frames, which is what I did in that situation. I punished that there. That is launch punishable. I should have done a back 3, but it's okay. Oh, it's a good... I see why it's recommending me a combo. That was awful. That was awful what I did there. Oh, so I'm looking at my inputs there. I tried to do forward 4, 3 to the 4, but I did forward 4, and then I got 3 + 4, which is what happened there. So, yeah. And the dropped combo actually cost me the round. Okay, wait, let's go back to that. That's minus, so it does look -12. Generally in Tekken, like multiple hit strings like that are normally unsafe around the -11, -12 range. Oh, when she... Oh, so I didn't know this. I actually didn't know this. So when she does... So you see this move here? So I didn't know that this move was -14. Because when she does it from crouch, when she does the dick jab into the move that's the same follow-up, it's actually launch on block, right? I didn't know that when it was from standing, it's actually minus. And because the thing isn't coming up telling you that you can duck under this, it is something you just have to block and punish. It jails on block, actually. So, good to know. That's good to know because I would play against Jun in the future, try and launch that and then die for it. So, good to know. That's a broken combo, by the way. I'm just going to come out and say it. So, what led to me getting counter hit here? I see so he did down back, what was that? Down back 2, which is a low, into full crouch, down forward 2. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the detailed frame analysis here just so I can see everything. I'm moving my camera here because I was blocking some information, which I hope when I go back to edit this, I wasn't blocking anything important. Anyway, so see, it does this low, down back 2, which is 23. It is 23 frames startup, which is kind of reactable. I think 23 is when a move becomes truly reactable in this game. So that is good to know. So it did that, and it's +2 into full crouch down forward 2, which is 16. So I'm assuming in this situation, unless down by 2 forces crouch, which it doesn't, after I get hit, if I just do it, I just did like a mid, like a down forward one, I would have kept her in check. I did have the ability to do that. But again, it's just knowing how to deal with this specific situation, right? Like if I don't want to have to get to this, I can just do down for 1. But again, she is plus in the situation. You know, if she was to do like a while setting 4 instead or something very simple, she would win. But it's good to know in this situation, I was just getting a bit, you know, again, I was dealing with an unfamiliar character. And then I tried to do something while I was 0, got counter hit. That's a classic thing that like I've been dealing with Asuka for a long time. Doing the full crouch low into another one. There's going to be any high follow-up that you try and do. Again, the down by 2. So the exact same setup. The exact same setup there. The down by 2 into the full crouch down forward 2. I know now I could have done down forward 1 instead, but it's okay. Now, yeah, that's something I've learned recently. Is the 1-2-2 you can actually duck, right? You can actually duck if you block it. So if you go back to this situation, I think it's important to practice these things as well, just to get the muscle memory down. Again, the situation, I can duck, I can punish, I can do a combo. Well, I can't do it. I promise I can do a combo. Hold on. That's something. I wasn't playing with my binds. It's okay. Anyway, yeah, it's just important to know. I love these tips as well. It's important just to know what your opponent is getting away with and what you can stop. Again, did that same mid. I know now that is -9. So I could have taken my frame advantage there, but he ducked. He did -9 into duck. Into the throw, which I can see is 1+2 break. I did know it. You can see I just messed up my throw break. I did 1, then 1+2, so I plinked it by accident. Into the broken combo. And I think that about does it for the replay and tips. I've gone over pretty much everything I could see. If you think I missed anything, please let me know. Again, also, if there's any terminology I was using in the video that you were unfamiliar with, please ask in the comment section, because again, I know people are new and I struggle to sometimes break things down in a way that like in layman's terms. So hopefully you guys got that. If not, please ask in the comments. I want everything to be completely clear. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one.